read it. Me and Jaap are teachers at the Design Academy, and we actually, I had a course with Thibault and Arvid and a few of other students on building portfolios. They both are focused on industrial design, and we are looking into how their portfolios are communicating what they actually want to be communicated. So the way we're going to do this is they are going to share their portfolio and explain their ideas behind it. Keep in mind that it's all work in progress. And we're going to have a discussion on it. And because this is my first live stream, then I am basically, I have only one screen, so I cannot see the chat. I can see the chat now, but I can't really see the chat when I'm looking at this. So I'll need to like jump between. What school and study? So the study is product design, and it's the Design Academy in Eindhoven. But Jaap and I are also teaching at the University of Applied Science in Amsterdam. And there the focus is more on digital products. And my background is coming from graphic design and then digital product design and a lot of web design and apps. And Jaap, do you want to maybe explain what you do?
I would call it information design. So graphic design, but digital sort of combined. I work a lot for places like airports and train stations and public buildings. And that's it, basically.
Yeah. And you're also a web developer.
Yes, that's how I got started.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kept doing that. Yeah.
Cool. And Thibault and Arvid, do you want to share a little bit about yourself, and then we can start?
Sure. Yeah. I'm studying in Germany, in northern Germany. The city is Kiel. It's just on next to the Baltic Sea. It's a nice place to study, but it's a little bit off from everything else. So it's not like Hamburg or Berlin. It's still nice. And I did my exchange semester now in the Corona time. So it was like 2 months in Eindhoven and then the rest like 3 months back home. So it was a exchange from home. What was like something else for sure, but still I could use some of the knowledge which was well presented. Yeah.
Cool. And Thibault?
Yeah. So hi, I'm Thibault. I'm from France. I just came back from the coast right now. I'm living next to Paris. I'm in the third year in Design Academy, but before I've been doing product design in Paris in a more industrial design school than Design Academy, which is definitely more open. So yeah, that's how I started my approach to design, and then Design Academy allowed me to open a bit myself through the definitions of design and the techniques, and that's my background until now.
Cool. So Arvid, you wanted to start. You wanted to share your portfolio. I remember you mentioned that you didn't really have much time to develop it further since we last talked.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like we bought, my girlfriend and I just bought a van, and we needed to work like a lot on it. And it was just too much on my schedule. But still, I tried to use Webflow, and I really wanted to do it all from scratch. Like wanted to build in every container and every block with like a nice font and stuff. And then like I saw, okay, somewhere I have to cut now here and need to do something and publish or make something online,
So you need to have something online, but what's the goal? Why do you need to have something online now?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you, and then I will talk about that, I guess.
Okay, sounds good.
So, can you see that right now?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you see your videos on the side, or is it all full screen?
I see it screen.
This
Okay.
this is now full screen.
Great. Okay. Yeah. So this is full screen on desktop version, and you can see my logo on the on the left top here, and then the slider with some of my projects. Yeah, I especially not took heroes here. I took like pictures from the inside of every product. And then I had this little introduction. I'm Arvid, industrial designer from Kiel, but like this was more like a gap filler until now. A question is what I can put here. Is it a quote or something else? That's one question of mine. But then when you scroll down, you get directly into some projects with a picture which says most of about the project, I guess. And then you can see the name of the project, Frugal Configurator, and then you can see what it is. Like it's addressing the prosumer culture, for example. And this is bigger because nobody is really interested in the name of the project, I guess. It's more like what it is about. And I just have 3 projects here, for example, but it's more like a never-ending scroll, or like an ending scroll after like 8 projects or something. But you can also click on the overview of work, and then you can see all of it in this order here. But going back to one project particular, you then have an insight. You have the name, and the name is now big because you decided to click on it. And you have pictures, text, and those texts are not edited by now. And then you have a hero picture and some more pictures with a little description. And now the next project thing disappeared. There's supposed to be a next project arrow down there, but yeah, going back to other projects, you can just see that everything is in the same kind of template here. With I built in some GIFs down here, and then you can also click on information, and then you have a text about me, what I am, industrial designer, and a photo of myself. Then I thought here is maybe some more space for like I really wanted to do a behind the scenes site. I can show how I work and not just what the outcome is. So I was thinking to integrate it here, but I probably put one more on top here, like work information and like behind the scenes, and then you have more like a puzzle of pictures with different techniques or something else. Then you have down here my Instagram. I was thinking of putting Behance and something else down there as well, but that means I have to make them updated, and that's another project. So yeah, that's basically the website.
Cool. And so if we go back to the first question, what is the purpose of this? Why?
Sure. I wanted to talk about the purpose. First of all, I thought keeping it small, I wanted to show my portfolio. So this is clearly a portfolio website, so showing all my work and addressing it to potential internship places. So I wanted to show a variety of things I am capable to do, and not especially choosing one direction. So I have this more graphic design thing going on with the money, and then this really industrial design thing with the furniture. So yeah, I wanted to show this variety to address internships, to address not just one direction of internships. Yeah. And then going further to thinking about getting hired, I might change the direction of single projects then.
I see. And when you think about the when you start applying for internships, are you really applying for graphic design related internships and industrial design internships at the same time?
No, it's definitely industrial design internships, but I wanted to show like my how do you say that, artistic fundamental what I prefer in visualization, you know what I mean? Like what kind of style I like.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to have something else than just the website doing this. I wanted to have a project which is more graphic design like. So this is why this money thing is in there.
Mm-hmm.
And
I see.
That's it.
Yeah, I think in a sense, it was also a question that someone on Reddit asked, like, what do you do when you have a bunch of projects and maybe they're not really related directly to one another? And I think it's a really good question. It's something that you need to think about, because it might make people confused. It might get people to think twice. It's like, okay, so are you an industrial designer or are you a graphic designer, or like what exactly are you interested in? From the very little I know about you, I know that you're really focused on industrial design. But the fact that you place these projects in the same level in terms of hierarchy on the website, it might get me a bit confused. It might be that if you put it a bit down, or maybe you like in terms of proportions, for example, if you have if all your projects are very much based around industrial design, and you build product, and then in each of them or in some of them you actually add this added value of graphic design within, then all of a sudden, me as someone that is reviewing this portfolio or work, you as a designer, I see the added value right away. So there are like different ways of implementing and showing the diversity of you as a designer or as an artist. Yeah, it's just something to consider.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And these are probably questions. I mean, these are questions that I even don't know, and I've been working for a long time now. So it's not like these are very obvious things, but they're just really good questions, and they might not be specifically like skill based. Like maybe they're thematically, like there are some themes that you're interested in and that sort of return in your projects, or there are some ways that you like to work. So it's process that sort of connects them. So there might be different ways to sort of describe or to sort of connect the projects together.
Yeah, that would be like nice to have in my like research and in my process of each project. But like coming from different profs from different semesters, and then especially doing the exchange and like finding this in like 3 years, I had hard times on that, definitely. So that is definitely something I wanted to focus on in the next projects, that I looking for like my own style, and not only the finished project, also like having everything in the same order to make it also not nice for me, also understandable for others, for sure.
Yeah, and the diversity in itself is also quality, right? I mean, I think that's also very good quality to have.
I think I want to add something about this. It's very particular designers and design studios that would be interested in diversity. Normally, when you have someone that has different facades, they maybe tend to be a bit more upfront and more like they have their own opinion. Out of lack of words now, but this is something that some designers or studios might be really interested in. They see someone that obviously your work is like, I see how much of a perfectionist you are, and you obviously really love what you do. And then I also see that you have different facades, and it basically for me means, okay, this is a person that really cares, but not only cares, he's really interested in a lot of different things. And if I'm looking for someone that would take more of a role of an art director, or like speculate more and come up with more creative ideas, I would pick someone like this. The pitfall with this, on the other hand, is that you're actually looking for an internship. So it might be trickier to get an internship like this, because normally in an internship, someone looks for someone like we look for someone that would basically do the work, which in a sense can also filter a lot of studios that you probably won't be that interested working in. So it'd be like, that's basically who I am, and if you understand this, then you'll pick me, and if not, then that's okay.
Yeah.
On
I think we're.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, just go ahead with the question.
So there was a question, a general question to throw out. If, in our opinion, it would make sense to create a variety of portfolios. So you would send them, I guess, to different places. I guess, I don't know. What do you guys think about this?
You mean the sense that you send both a website and a PDF or something like that?
No. I think like really just a variety of portfolios. Like you would have multiple portfolios, one specialized on graphic design and one specialized on product design. I think that's the question.
Right. I don't know. If you're interested in sort of web design, then I think it makes sense to make a bunch of websites. But otherwise, I wouldn't do it, because making a website is hell of a lot of work if you're not interested in web design as a discipline, right? So
yeah, but I guess you could create one template and fill it in with different projects, and you're basically splitting yourself too and saying, yeah, I'm doing web design or I'm doing graphic design, and I send this to graphic design agencies, and then I do another portfolio just with products, and I send this.
Yeah, could be, but people are complicated. I mean, people like different things, and the things might not have clear relationships within them. I think that's fine. It's fine, I think, to show the complexity of your interests or your skill, or I think that's also richness in a way.
Yeah, I would definitely go for me knowing that I love a lot of different things. I would really prefer to stick to my truth. Just have one place where I share everything, and it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. But yeah, it's true. You know, it's the way it is.
I'm really happy, by the way, with the layout, Arvid. It's very simple, but it also shows some nice flexibility in the photos that are sort of breaking the layout. I like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. There's another question I had about this gap here, for example. You can see my cursor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this gap here, and then like all the white space. I kind of like if there's some like small lines or something which is splitting white white space into a pattern or something. But yeah, I don't know what kind of lines there could be. For example, when you print something and you have those little marks on the corners to separate and to know where you have to cut. Something like this I could imagine here somehow, but like a framing, I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you think of something like this? Or any examples?
Yeah, one. I mean, I think what you're referring to is crop marks.
Yeah, I like crop marks. Yeah,
I think that's a really nice idea. But if you go back to the main page, right now there is more white space between Speculative Design 2020 and the photo of the project than there is between the cache experiment and the photo on top. And so, I would think that they are related to the thing above and not below.
Yeah, that is
so.
True.
Yeah, I mean, even just there we go.
Yeah, but I would have I would add more margins from the top as well. So now you've added to the columns below, and I would just add to the top as well, so it separates exactly. So now this obviously is connected to the bottom, while so something like that would work.
That is way better.
Yeah.
Cool.
And one more thing that sort of catches my eye is that the slider is very quick.
Yeah. When I presented it, I had the same thought.
Yeah. And it only hit me when it sort of when you were presenting and you were just talking over it and it was going in the background.
It was too fast for sure. But I'm not sure how to change it. But I will figure it out.
If anyone has more questions on the chat about this portfolio, then we could probably.
Do you want to see a mobile version?
Yeah, sure. Bring it up.
Yeah, set it up, and I'll read some questions here.
Yeah, I can just go here, and then it's not like magic because it's still a template, but it is working quite well, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, if you choose this.
Yeah, although when you're in mobile, the contrast between the text on the top, so the title where you say, "Hi, I'm Arvid, I'm a design student," and the picture becomes even smaller. So the text is now black and the picture is color, and sometimes it becomes difficult to read.
Yeah, that's true. It's like I could put a background in the slider and then play with the opacity a little bit, and then it's all brighter.
Can you go back to the mobile version?
Yeah, but I think I can also choose a mobile version in here. So I think that's nicer. Yeah. Looks like this. And then single projects. How can I click on them? I can't click at the center. Don't know, it's jumping back if I stop editing. But probably if I'm just putting it like this, it is close to the mobile version.
Yeah, that's clear. The only thing I would say about this is try to be careful with your margins. Just note your margins. Here, your margins are actually quite okay, but on the hero, on the home page, it seems like it's just too close to the edge. It really bothers me as like someone that comes from typography. This is like
True.
While here it's fine. It's actually I really like the idea that you're aligning things to the right. It's not a very conventional thing to do, and and it gives a bit of an interest in a very minimalistic way to the page. It's the same thing when you go to a project page and you scroll through. The fact that things are aligned to the right are making it a bit more. It feels a bit off, but in a good way.
Yeah, I also like that those both words are aligned to the center as well.
Yeah, it still feels it feels like it's in the right place. It's just it feels a bit different, which is nice, and it gives space for your logo on the side. It's kind of like it feels like it's breathing and not too much. It doesn't feel like things are loose on the page.
Cool.
I did think that this image that you placed here, like it threw me off a bit. I was like a bit confused because it was the first project I clicked on, and I was like, is this a placeholder?
Yeah, it was a placeholder, and then I thought it might be fun.
Yeah, it's actually quite cool. Yeah, I think
because
that
this is more like a philosophical approach here, and
yeah, I get
coming
it.
up with a project.
I think the only thing that I do miss here a little bit, and you touched on it a bit, you said that you might have a page for behind the scenes. And I think that it might be interesting to consider to just have some process and behind the scenes in each of the projects. So because I'm scrolling anyway, and I'm reading about this project, and I'm interested, and I just want to know a little bit more. And it's very convenient for me to just scroll through and read more and discover more detail about the process.
Infinity scroll.
Not necessarily infinity, but just like
you don't have a choice. Yeah. I know. Cool.
Okay. Cool.
Thanks, Arvid.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for the feedback. Cool.
That bell was a nice transition.
I don't know who's there, but somebody.
Are you still around?
I'm still here.
Do you want to share your screen?
Yes, sure.
Oh, I have to stop here.
Maybe I'll just share my first portfolio. Because Roey.
No. I think it's good. You go ahead. Just share your current portfolio, and also explain what's the. You're also aiming for an internship. Is it the same purpose?
Yeah, but it does not really have a link with this portfolio. Like now, I already sent my old portfolio to the internship I'm applying to. So it is not especially for the internship.
Okay, so what would you say the goal of this portfolio?
I think I would say that of course the goal is to communicate my work, but really in adequation with my progressive walk through the professional world, I would say. And I think it's very important to have my work to be able to be seen by the entire planet. And it's very important to be confronted to all these issues of being online and also being referenced on the web. And I think it's something that had my interest for a while. So yeah, through this, I really want to professionalize myself as soon as possible. Like last year, I talked to someone that is done with the Zen Academy that said something very interesting. She said, yeah, you should just definitely build your website as soon as possible. It's going to be super creepy or super weird and maybe not the best one at all, but it's better to do it now and do a bunch of websites until the moment you will need one. It will be better than the first version. So she just advised me to experiment.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is first of all, you care about your brand online. You're trying to build a brand, and then you want to make sure that you have a proper website that shows who you are as a designer at the moment. And the second thing is that you feel like web design can be challenging, so you need to practice, and you want to. And I know that you were like really you actually built your website from scratch in Webflow and added lots of different things, and it's really part of the experimentation.
Yeah,
cool.
And in a way, it also helped a bit about the work and the project, I think, because it really pushed you to take a step back on your project, maybe rethink some of them, rethink the essence of them. What do I want to communicate? I look at one project and I begin to think about what I want to communicate, and I realize that maybe the essence of the project is slightly different. I would be more interested to communicate it like this. So it really helped you also to correct things on your works, or more generally in your identity, I would say.
To correct the way you communicate the project. You mean
Yeah.
in writing?
Oh yeah, in writing, and also, I mean, it just helps you to have a different look on your project also.
Yeah.
It,
I think it's really interesting what you said also, that what you heard from the lady from the Design Academy, that so if the website changes with you,
yeah, exactly.
Right? Maybe in a few years it will be different, or things will be added, things will be removed,
Sure,
you change
sure.
the design, and it becomes like a sort of a digital representation of yourself rather than
True.
just a portfolio. I really like that as a sort of concept.
Yeah. Also important to make it while you're building your identity, because it will also change related to this.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. And
But,
that's the difference in you're making your own website rather than having someone else make your
Sure.
website. Is that you are,
True.
it is already a thing that you made. So
Yeah.
whatever style you choose to use, it's already something that you own.
Yeah, true.
I would
yeah,
even,
I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just, related to what you said, Jaap. I can see that some of my friends in design world or in design academy don't want to take time in doing their website. So, I mean, I don't know a lot of people that have been asking someone else to make it, but some people just take the most simple template, and because they don't want to spend too much time. And that's also something that, like, I think it's two different kind of people. And I personally really want to invest time on this, because I don't know, it's something there, as I just said, very important to understand a bit the issues of being online. Maybe later, in maybe 10 years, I will ask someone, but better than because I will have had this experience and understand the mechanism of the thing.
Yeah. In a sense, I think it's like designing a house, like your own place where you, like a room of your work. And now listening to you and Jaap, I'm thinking it would be actually really nice if I would have take snapshots and like just screenshots of my old websites, because I know how they looked, but I have no representations of them whatsoever. It was always the same domain, playthinkmake.com. But it was like I don't really have any. I should maybe check the Wayback Machine to see if there are any any captured moments. But yeah, you should definitely take a screenshot and save that PDF version that you had before that, and now this one, and like really have. Actually, with this one, it might be even it make more sense to actually take a video of it because of the motion.
Yeah,
but
sure.
let's share your screen and let's have a look at it.
Yeah, sure.
I just remembered that my first website 13 years ago was all black with white text, because I read somewhere that it saved energy.
Okay.
And now everybody has dark mode on their phones anyway.
Yeah.
It's a nice memory.
You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that my main goal with this website, it was really to make it alive. To really stimulate the viewer, because I would say I didn't want to have like a website with only images and text where the viewer is kind of passive. But I thought it was very important to keep the viewer kind of partially in control of what he's seeing. So this little kind of interaction, I will show you after I have a bit more, I think make a huge difference in the way you're seeing a website. So this is just the home page with all my project. I only have 2 pages that are approximately done. Even if it's the first session. Yeah, I really think like it's important to tell a story while you're looking at the page, and not only 2 pictures. And really like it's not like one picture, one text, and boom, you have the project. It's like progressively building. Even if it's not that long, just progressively building your story. Like even if it has to be like short and clear. And related to what you want to communicate in which order. This is the first project I've been working on from the beginning with the workshop with Roey. Unfortunately, I still have some trouble with the animation because I'm working with animation that are working while scrolling, and some of them, for some reason, are take some time to load. So I have like this kind of glimpsing. So now I'm scrolling, but I have this kind of problem. But after a few times, it's working pretty well. So I still have to manage with this one. But it's not working if I made the animation on After Effects, for instance, because I will show you another project I made on After Effects and it's working pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can see for this project, so that's the logic I applied for all my, that I want to apply for all my project, is to have like a short animation that is working while scrolling, because I think it really tells a story even before edit text. So it's really, you're really in control, and if you want to see what's happening, you can just scroll up, and I think it's very interesting. Mm-hmm. And so here, yeah, I put this small GIF. So it's like this is a project where the process is very central, as I wrote. It's like the handle of a furniture that is coming up from the wood with a specific pattern and a laser cut technique. And yeah, the final result really reflect the way I made it. So that's what is very interesting in this project. That's why I choose this animation, to really show how it's growing when during the moment of building, I would say. Mm-hmm. And so here you have like a bit more picture with things a bit moving, another small text. And here it's more some picture of the process again. Here you can see the final, well, not the final, but like the way I built it. Yeah. This one is one of the project, and the other one that is almost done, the pages, is this one. So this animation, I made it on well, I made it with my brother, who is really good in After Effects, and it's working even better. And it's a project about like upcycling tennis balls. And so I made an Empire chair to kind of recontextualize tennis ball in another way, to find a way to not recycle them, but upcycle them. And I tried to follow approximately the same layout as the other one, just changing a bit the colors, but the text and the images, they are kind of configured a bit the same ways. And here again, a small final picture with more of the process. And yeah, that's all. I just, yeah, I've been beginning the about page, but yeah, I have nothing yet. And yeah, I was working on this one as well, so I also have the animation of this one, but I still have the same problem of the glimpsing, unfortunately. But it's not that, I mean, I will figure out, I think. So this is about like a bottle of alcohol, yeah, that I made. And yes, so yes, as I said, I think it's very powerful with this animation to keep the audience attention, I would say. And that's also why I choose Webflow, because I think it offers you a lot of opportunities, a lot of possibilities. I wouldn't say as if you were coding the website, but I think it still gives you a lot of, and you even have the possibility to modify some part of the code, which is really nice. So this is the first version. I next to the technical parts, where of course I struggle, even if I'm progressively mastering the platform now, that I spend a lot of hours on it. I also struggled a lot with the decision I was making. I probably spent a few days in a small configuration of pictures and text, because I really wanted to try everything and have the final version of it now. But I decided to make a bit quicker decisions, I would say, because yeah, otherwise I just spend days on something, and I think I need to do it as I think, and then change the configuration later. That is one of my problems that I'm trying to solve right now. That's why I'm working slow. And as I said, yeah, this is the first version. It will look like what it looked like, and I will be able to change it so easily thanks to the tools that we have now. So I shouldn't be afraid to go do the page that I thought, even if it's not the best. And yeah, like if you would have if you'd ask me now what I would change, I would tell you like so many things that I want to change. But I just decided at some point, okay, just gonna do it, and then I will take a look back and see, okay, what can I change for this? And so
Okay.
yeah, that's a bit my process for this website.
So obviously these animations are like what I like about these animations. Maybe you can put one of them on.
Sure.
What's very interesting about this is that it gives it's intriguing. I look at this like, oh, cool. What am I going to be seeing here? It gives me some insight, not enough insight. It makes me want to scroll further. With both of these projects, and I think it makes sense with the story that you're telling about them. What I am so this is the biggest thing that I think makes this portfolio stand out, which is cool. At the same time, what I'm really missing here is more story. So I see the animation, then I see a few pictures. There is a small piece of text, and I have no idea. It's like everything's really finished. Even the last picture that you said, this is like the process, is really polished. You're sort of like hiding all the cards and keeping it to yourself. And in a sense, what I am very interested in, especially with someone who's just going into the industry and is just starting out, is behind the scenes. I want to see more. I know also that you have really beautiful drawing skills. So, for instance, something that I would very much appreciate seeing here is a few drawings and then the thinking behind them. How did you come up with the idea? What was the inspiration for it? Like really showing who is Thibault as a designer. This really feels like a complete finished product that could be sold. And that's awesome if it's your own studio, but if you're trying to apply to join a team, then there are a lot of questions that you want to answer without being in an interview yet. So your portfolio is basically a tool for you to answer a lot of questions that I have as a studio owner, for example. Who is this guy? How does he think about the design process? Can he actually work with me on a project that I am working on? So, like, what is the kind of characteristics that make him who he is? So in terms of like really intriguing me, getting me to absorb all this information, you did, I think, a really good job. And then at a certain point, I'm like, okay, now I want to learn more about you, and I'm kind of missing it. There's no way for me to learn more about you.
So it's lacking a bit of process, you would say.
Lacking a process and lacking
related to me.
Yeah,
to how I work.
Exactly, your own personality, your own process, your own opinion on design. And it's also related to what you said at the beginning. This is like a depiction of you at the moment. This is who you are in 2020, just graduating from the design academy. So even if this is just a document that captures this moment, I think there is much more to share in this document that would be very interesting for anyone to see. Now we're just seeing the intro. It feels like this is really just the intro, and it's a very beautiful intro, and I want to dive in, and there is not much for me to do.
Okay, yeah, I got you. I think I definitely made it a bit as a selling product, as you said, and yeah, I could definitely take this into account. What I thought as well is maybe just a detail, but to make another section maybe in the about, or telling a bit more about the building of the thing, the sketches I'm making. So telling a bit more about me. But maybe it could be also in the pages of the product themselves. I don't know yet, but I do understand what you mean, and I do agree as well.
What I think would be maybe an easy way of tackling this. Now you sort of have this. The final image is sort of a transition. You could actually use this and use the same layout that you have at the top with more images and more text on the process. So it's sort of like a cut.
But you mean in the same page?
Yeah, on the same page.
Yeah, no, sure.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, really, I think that the thing that stands out that you already talked about, and what I really like is the animations. And the only thing I wanted to add is that what I really like about it is that it is only possible on the web. It's not possible in a PDF portfolio or in a video. It is really something that could only be made in a website. And so I think it's very powerful in that sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well done.
Thanks.
And again, like you said, you can always add more process. You can always add more text. Just get it published somewhere and make it a habit of like revisiting it every once in a while. Sometimes you think, like you mentioned yourself, you take a step back and look at your work, and then you think, oh yeah, interesting. I took this decision in that project a couple of years ago, and now I look back at it, and it sort of creates clarity. And then you can maybe add some text to it, or you find a reference to another project a while later, and you can add that to it. So I think, like you said, it's really something like a living document, or however you want to call it, that you can revisit every once in a while. So it becomes more extensive.
Kind of personal archive.
Yeah, yeah. That's a very good way to look at it, I think.
Yeah. Especially when it comes from Jaap, who is the mastermind behind all archives.
Yeah.
And who has a truly shit website that he hasn't looked after for years.
Yeah. That is really funny. You build all sorts of archives, and your archive is not.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. More insight, more questions about this. I see some people on the chat giving some advice on the technical side, lowering the size of the images. I was actually thinking about this as well. You know, it might be that those GIF animations that you had on the other page, they might also add lag to the animation that you have there. It might be that this page is just lighter.
You're talking about the GIF?
Yeah, because
no, well, yeah, no, because I tried, like when I built the website, I started with this, and this is really
this is lagging on its own. Yeah.
I also try to lower the image. Actually, I've been searching a lot about it. I've been talking on Webflow forums and on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Some people told me that they even use files that are way larger than mine.
Mm-hmm.
And something that I just noticed yesterday is that on Webflow, when you load an image that is too heavy, Webflow indicates you that it's heavy. And I just realized that all my Loche animation, it doesn't tell me anything.
Okay.
So I think the weight is not that much of a problem. And something that I noticed by making also the one in After Effects is that when it's an animation build, like this is built on Keyshot, the tool here,
mm-hmm.
and this one is built on After Effects directly, so it's all vectorized. It's working really smooth, and it struggles when it has a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
But it's I thought before that it was a permanent problem, and it's really only in the loading, because as you can see, after a few scrolls,
it is in the loading. Yeah,
it's not lip sync anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, but it is the first impression, and when you send it to people, that's the first thing they see. They don't open
That's
your
very.
website a billion
Oh,
times. Yeah,
I
so
know. I
it's
know. I
yeah.
know.
But okay, that's part of the learning process, and just like you said,
Sure.
it's one of the things that you actually want to learn how to do, and I think in that sense, comparing it to the PDF portfolio you had before, this is a huge milestone, and that's really evident here.
Thanks.
What I'm curious, when we worked on it, you actually one of the things we were talking about with both of you, with all the class, was to write like an article about the project. Um, did you manage to find place for it? Like the idea of writing an article was that you'll be able to break down your project in a lengthy kind of way, that you have the top describing and teasing and introducing the project, and then the more you scroll through, the more detail you get.
I think it helped me kind of deconstructing the project and separating in different paragraph and all essence, I would say, even if I didn't manage to do it as perfect as I wanted. But yeah, it also defined what would be this text, what would be this one, and what would be the beginning. Showing the project while not really showing it.
Yeah.
Showing really the essence of it.
Yeah.
So it helped me quite a lot, and also as I said a bit before about taking a step back on your project. This article really was really useful on this job.
Right.
Rewriting the point of interest of my project and things like this. Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
That
Another
was
small
really
thing that I would.
helpful.
Arvid, you wanted to say something? Sorry.
Yeah, I said that it was really helpful for finding a layout. Like you really figured out where your projects are strong, if they are strong in pictures or are they strong in quotes or in research or something. So yeah, then I saw that pictures might be always the strongest storytelling for my projects. So I choose layout where pictures are like most visible. So yeah, I think that was a good thing to have.
Yeah. Cool. Any more comments? Jaap is looking at me like.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see. I mean, I'm really happy to see that making websites is still a thing. You know, it's always nice to be reminded of that every now and then, especially in design schools right now. People just assume that everybody has a website, but there's a lot of work and a lot of effort that goes into making something. And I'm really happy to see that you're both like really questioning. How can I do it? Can I do it myself? How do I want to present myself? So I'm really happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good work, people.
Thanks.
All
right. Let's stop the screen sharing.
Let me send an emoji applause.
Yeah, you do that.
There you go.
I still do not. Oh, reactions. Hold on. Can I do that as well? Look.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Look at this. Boom.
Hey.
Boom. Cool.
Thanks, Arvid.
Yeah.
Thibault.
Thanks everyone for participating in this. This didn't feel as awkward as I planned it to be, so that's good. And someone is just joining. Who's joining now?
Where's Thibault?
Oh, Thibault left. Thibault got his feedback. Thank you, Dewey.
Sorry,
No.
I've been disconnected. I don't know why actually. I was just trying to stop sharing my screen.
Yeah, no worries. All right, guys. Yeah, thanks so much. Keep us posted with your progress. Obviously, we're really curious in general, and yeah, we'll see you online.